Hello everyone once again and welcome to the Dahl Across America video blogs, round 2. So just like the other ones, I'm going to take you guys through a couple of things that I'm doing to kind of prepare, things that are crossing my mind, things that come up, and then get into some of the questions that you guys have had. So as you may or may not be aware of, the departure date is about 6 or 7 weeks away, so it's kind of crunch time now. Got a lot of things that I'm dealing with school and with life and jobs and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty intense right now in my life, but giving a lot of attention towards getting prepared for the walk and everything like that, making sure the organization is functioning effectively. But for some news, I'm getting a GoPro. I was really worried about what kind of video camera that I wanted to use, or if I would even use one at all. And I did a bunch of research, and it really does come down to GoPro being the nicest thing out there for what I want to do with it, which is take a lot of environmental footage and interviews and stuff like that. So hopefully, it all works out. But yeah, it just seems to work the best with compatibility and file transfer and all that. So really excited about that. I'll take it with me when I go on my epic walk weekends and wherever I end up walking over spring break. So you guys will get a nice taste of that kind of footage. I've been training my ass off, running and walking. I still run just as much as I ever have. My times are just getting faster and faster for my 8, 10, 15, 20 milers, which is actually kind of a problem because I'm actually trying to slow down my pace so that I can really focus more on the time that I'm on my feet rather than the tempo or how fast I'm getting the miles done. Because I'm not sprinting across America, I'm walking, so the more time I spend out there on my feet, the better. But my running's improving overall. I'm planning for an ultra marathon before the end of the year. I plan on running 36 miles, a full circle around Tallahassee. So I'm kind of trying to get my legs prepared for that because that's going to be a ridiculous challenge for me. But I'm up for it, so we'll see how that goes. So my running training is going well. My walking training is also kind of kicked it up a notch, Emerald style. But yeah, I try and walk 4 and 5 miles a day between going to class and work and other extracurricular events. And then my weekend walks are getting longer and longer and longer. 6, 8. Hopefully next weekend will be 10 hours out there on my feet. So I'm starting to get used to that. I mean, I still have aches and pains from both walking and running, but it's not like I'm not going to be sore when I'm on the road. So this is a really good time to train. I planned my first 6 days of walking out. I'll post a picture or something on Facebook so you guys can see where I plan to stop and how far I plan to go each day. 6 days from Myrtle Beach to Charlotte, North Carolina. So you guys can check that out. I'm kind of excited about that. Just the fact that I'll be up this much prepared. But we'll see how that goes. I got a nice chance to talk. I called up a nice lady from that actually founded Project Fit America, which is our kind of mother charity that we're sending our donations to. And she's a fantastic lady, shares a lot of my same sentiments about healthy living and that children come first and that that's where our education should be focused on is instead of dealing with these problems as they've already happened, trying to, train young children to kind of understand these issues so that they don't become issues in the future. And her and I had a really good talk, and she's offered to help me out however she can, which is exciting because they work with so many schools around the country that if I am around one of them, I have the opportunity to stop and speak and kind of spread my message to a younger crowd, which is fantastic. Is absolutely right on line with what I want to do and what I want this walk to accomplish. So it's been really important. We've got a lot of support. Some companies, some people, everybody seems to be really interested in this. And if you are as well, which I assume if you're spending the time to watch this video, then please, if you have time to donate, or if you have, it doesn't matter, $5, $10, $2, $100, any amount that you might have is incredibly helpful for us. Most of the money will go to this charity, but this is also emergency money for me if I do run into any kind of issues or problems where I get stranded and need to pick up gear or anything or emergency food. So it's really important to donate, and it is for a good cause. So I urge everybody who's interested in helping out to visit the website and then donate through the website. So thank you very much for that. So let's get into some of your questions. They were really good this week. Actually, the first one's kind of ridiculous, but this person asks, will you party when you hit college towns? Part of my route, obviously, I'm going to be walking through some college campus type towns, just because, I mean, where better to kind of meet people and get a diverse perspective and find a place to sleep than on a college campus. Granted, I'll probably be hitting a lot of campuses during the week days, so I don't know how hard people go wherever I'll be, but I'll probably have to step aside, maybe one night, but who knows? I mean, I doubt it just because I plan on walking the entire day before I get there, so I'll be just exhausted anyway. Um, so maybe we'll see. We'll see if somebody makes me a good enough offer, then we'll have to find out. The next one is, since you have so many or so few spare non-walking days planned, how are you going to use them? So actually, if I did 7 days a week, as much mileage as I planned, I can finish the walk in like 88 days. But obviously, I've given myself a little leeway. I've given myself at least 105 or maybe 115 days that I've set aside. So I have a couple of leeway days. Um, but those days will be kind of set aside for emergencies or like really terrible weather. But I also kind of want to keep a couple of those days in case somebody's interested in doing an interview or TV, radio, anything like that. Somebody's willing to spread my message, then I'll probably hang back for a day in whatever town that might be and, do whatever they want me to do for them. And that way, that local, maybe even further ranging, spreading that message. So that's very much what I'm trying to accomplish. And then the last question is, so is there a certain city or attraction that you want to see on your route during the walk? Um, I guess when I was planning the walk, I didn't really think about it, to be honest. More or less, I was just trying to avoid the deserts of Texas and the mountains and Colorado, and I was just trying to find the shortest route that I could kind of get through. I did plan some cities along the way, like Charlotte and Oklahoma City, Phoenix, Albuquerque, and then LA, and I've never been to any of the last cities that I've mentioned, so I think Albuquerque. I know everybody who's a Breaking Bad fan might have, the fantasy of going out and seeing Albuquerque. So I was kind of looking forward to that a little bit. Although it's not like I'm going to really hang out in town very much. I'll be there for a night, maybe two, and then out again starting the next morning, you know, winding it back over. But I guess Phoenix, I'm also kind of interested in seeing. And then LA, I mean, there's going to be some people out there when I get there, so it'll be nice seeing them and kind of bringing the whole thing to a close. But LA's LA. I don't know. I've never really been, but I don't think I might be missing all that much, especially as exhausted as I will be. But hey, if they're willing to help me promote, then by all means, I'll be there for as long as I need to be. But yeah, just as soon as I pretty much get past like Mississippi, I think it's pretty much all new terrain for me. So I'm really really excited to kind of actually get to see every last step of the route past that point. So I guess that's not a great answer to the question. I mean, we'll see. I'll be asking people as I hit towns what's there to do, what's there to see, and if I have time, which time is tight, but if I do have time, it's all about capturing that beauty and seeing things in a new perspective and seeing things I've never seen before. So I'll always keep that in mind, always the spirit of an adventure as I go along. So anything that catches my attention, and it might not be big attractions either. It might just be small tiny things that catch my eye. So we'll see. I'm very very intrigued by the idea of the newness of it all. So that's the questions for today. Please post more questions for next week and stay tuned because, like I said, it's crunch time now, and so things are going to start getting chaotic here pretty soon. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.